Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel leelawebdev. In this video, we will try to learn about the another type of signal that is nothing but read-only signal, which is called as a computed signal. So let's try to learn about this one, computed signal. So I will try to write it here so that people can be able to understand. So we are learning about the computed signals. So now computed signals in Angular are a powerful way to derive values from other signals and track dependencies between them. So let us break down the concept of computed signals, including their lazy evaluation and memoization with detailed examples. So here I am trying to tell what I am trying to tell is computed signals in Angular are powerful way to derive values from other signals. So that means it will derive the values from other signals, computed signals. So let's try to see. So what is this actual computed signals? Let's try to understand it. Computed signals are read-only signals that derive their values based on other signals. I told you, right? Unlike writable signals, computed signals cannot be directly modified. They are computed by a function that uses other signals as an input. So how do we define a computed signal? So defining a computed signal, so how we can define it? To create a computed signal, you must use the computed function and pass a derivation function like this. So here is a simple example. So what I want to do is, so here I would try to show you a simple example. So constant count of writable signal is equal to signal of 0. So this one is normal signal and double count is a computed signal. So here we need to have a computed method, and in this one you will be having a callback function or derivation function, so which it will return the value. So in this example, count is a writable signal, meaning its value can be changed. Double count is a computed signal that derives its value from count. It is always equals to count into 2. Okay. So now let's try to understand. So whenever the count signal changes, so you need to understand this one. So whenever the count signal changes, Angular automatically knows that the double count signal needs to be updated because it depends on the count. Angular will trigger revaluation of the double count the next time you access its value. I will try to show you a basic example for this one. So here I am having the code. Okay. So let's close this one. And here I will be creating a new component ng-gc computed signal. Let it create. So here the the count has been created. So I will try to show you the example for this one. So now let's go on to this computed signal, computed signal.component, and here also you will have computed signal.html. Okay, so these are the things, and here app.component.html. And here I will use app-computed signal. Okay, and automatically the output also will change. So now let's try to create a first count. Okay, count is equal to signal of 0. So this one is a writable signal, and if you hover here you will be able to see this is of type writable signal of number. So if you want you can mention the type also. So here you can write writable signal of number. What is the value it holds? The number. Now if you want to define a computed signal means, then what I need to do here? So here I need to use double count. Okay, double count. It is of type signal of number, and this one also holds the number. Double count of number is equal to computed. Okay, or otherwise if you mention this one as signal of 2, okay, then you will get the signal as a signal number. So but here what you need to mention, it is a read only, then you need to mention it as a computed of, and here you will mention this one as count. Okay, count, and this should be this dot count into 2. That's it. So this one is our computed signal. Now how can I check the output for this one? ng on init. So just I will try to ng on init, and here what I will do, I will try to console.log of double count, console.log of double count. Okay, now if you try to see the output for this one, so here I am able to see the 0. Why? Because right now the count value is 0, 0 into 2 is 0. So now what I will try to do, I will try to update the count value. So count dot set this dot count dot set of 5. Let's say that I will insert it as a 5. So now the same double count, if I try to output it, let's see what could be the output for this one. So now if you try to see here, so this time the value was 10. So that means in this example what I am trying to do, initially double count is 0 because the count is 0. When the count is set to 5 is called, double count becomes 10, 5 into 2. So this is what about the computed signal. So next concept what I want to tell you is the lazy evaluation. What is this lazy evaluation? So same in this one only I want to explain you about the lazy evaluation. Computed signals are lazily evaluated. This means that Angular does not compute their values until you actually read them. If you never use the double count signal in your code, its derivation function is never be executed. So what is the meaning of this one? So let me try to explain it to you. So let's say that I am having another computed signal, that is nothing but expensive computation. Let's say that I am having, and I will use the computed of, and here I will try to do console.log. So I will use expensive count running, something like this, so that we can able to see that whether the code is getting executed or not. And here also what I will try to do, I will return count into 100. That's it. So now this is our this dot. So this is our expensive computation. Now how we can call this one? So now how it will be called? For example, let's say that when I am trying to execute here, it is not calling. This one will not be called. For example, let's say that I am having a button. Okay, button expensive count or something like this, and here I will use a click method. Click expensive count, something like this method I will use it. Okay, and now if I try to go here and if I try to mention it this one, and in this one what I will try to do, this dot expensive computation. So I will try to console.log this one. So here I will try to do the console.log of like this. So that means, so whenever you call this expensive computation, then only this logic will be executed. Other than that, before at the starting of this one, this computed method will not be executed. So in this case, the derivation function for expensive computation only runs when the value is read for the first time. So here when it will be reading for the first time, when you click on this button, so then only this console is coming. See, so now only then only it is executing. So this is what about the laziness. So that means it will not be calculated at the starting phase. So whenever the value is read for the first time, then only it will be calculated. The second one is the memoization. So what is this memoization? I will try to explain you before showing you the example for this one. So now if you try to go here, it's a memoization. So computed signals are also memoized, which means that they cache their calculated value. Once the value is computed, Angular will store it. If you read the value again without any changes to the dependencies, count in our case, Angular returns the cached value instead of recomputing it. For example, let's say that you are having here the button, right? When I am trying to click on the button, so it is executing this one. So now I am not changing the count value. So it is initially the count value is like that only 5. Okay. So now when I click on this one at the first time, so you will be able to see the console is being fired. So that means the logic has been executed. So now when I click on again on this button, so this logic will be executed again? No, it will not be executed. See, this output has not been came, only one time only, at the starting time only it has been came. The next time the console is not printed. That means the logic what it is mentioned in the computer, it is not getting executed. So that means until and unless you haven't changed the count value, the value will be, the return value will be cached, and always that cached value only will be returned. So now there is no need for us to execute this value. So that is one thing which I want to explain you. And also another one which I want to explain you is, for example, let's say that when this one will be executed, so let's say that I am having here another one, increment. Okay, increment, and here also I will use increment. So now if I try to use this increment here, and now here in this one I will try to update the value. This dot count dot update of value is equal to value plus 1. So now now the value has been, so now when I try to click on the first time, the count value is 5, you know that, and if you click here, the execution has been done. Why? Because the count has been fun. So now it is lazily loaded, so that's why it has executed the file. Now when I click on the expense icon, all the time you are able to get only the cached value. Now this time I have incremented the count value from 5 to 6. Now if I click on the expensive count, will it return the cached value or will it count it again? So now here you will be able to see expensive count. If I click here again, so now you will be able to see again the console.log has been executed. That means it is able to check that the count value has been, the dependency which is there, the count value has been updated. So that is the reason I need to recount it again. So now it will not return the cache value. So that is the main thing. Since computed signals are memoized and lazily evaluated, you can safely perform computationally expensive derivations in them. For instance, you might have a signal that filters a large array based on a condition. So I will try to explain you this one. For example, let's say that I am having a like this. Okay. So items, writable signal of number, something like this I am having it. Okay. So signal of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I want to do here, I want to calculate the computed thing. So here I will try to write an even number. So here I will try to write the even number. So here this dot and here, yeah. So now this is our even item. So that means here I am having an items and I want to filter out the even numbers from this one. So I have written the condition like this. Now whenever I try to call the even items, so here when I click on the expensive count, so here I will try to call this even items. Okay. So now if I try to refresh this page, when I click on this one, see here you will be able to see filtering even numbers. So the count has been done. Now when I click on this one, only the output is coming, cached output is coming. So that means it is not executing the filtering even numbers logic again and again. So here what happens in the above example, the computed signal even items only filters the array the first time you read it. On subsequent reads, the cached result will be written. So when the item signal is updated, for example, let's say that, so I have updated the item signal. So in such a way that items is updated. So here in the increment, let's say that I have updated the items. Let's assume. Okay. So now when I click on all the time, so when I click on all the time, so you are able to get only the cached value where I have incremented. So that means the count values has been updated. So updated means it has been modified. So now when the items is updated, the cache is evaluated and the next time you read the even items, it performs the filtering operation. See? So this is how it will be happening. So now you need to understand that when to use this computed signal. So this is also one of the important thing. So now here when to use the computed signal. I want to explain you each one by one. So data transformation. Okay, use computed signals when you need to transfer or compute data based on other signals. So another one is, which is the extensive operations. If the derivation function is expensive, example sorting or filtering large data sets, computer signals are ideal because they ensure that the computation only happens when necessary and the result is cached. Read-only data. Since computed signals are read-only, they are perfect for data that should not be directly modified by the components or services, but rather derived from other sources. So this is what about the computed signal. In conclusion, what I want to tell you is, before closing of this video, computed signals in Angular provide a reactive, efficient way to derive data based on other signals. Their lazy evaluation and memoization ensures that computations are performed only when needed and avoid unnecessary recalculations. This makes them ideal for scenarios where performance is critical, such as filtering or transforming large datasets or performing the extensive computations. So this is what about the computed signals. Still a lot more is there to learn about the computed signals. We'll try to learn it in the next video. Hope you understood about these basics of the computed signal. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.